Welcome to the Ontario Inspection Orders video tutorial. The Inspection Order module is a new report for the province of Ontario. In this tutorial, we will cover the inspection order setup, creating orders, common features, inspection orders, orders to close, immediate threat to life forms, electrical inspection orders. Before you start entering inspection orders, you can check and make sure that the module is set up correctly. Go to the Setup, Special Wording on Reports, Inspection Order Wording option. Both fields in the Notice Wording tab should be filled in. These are used to generate the notice page that prints with every inspection order. If the fields are empty, contact Ingenious Software or copy-paste the English and French wording from the inspection order template provided by the OFM. Both fields in the Order Wording tab should also be filled in. These fields are used to create a default order reason when a Clause G inspection order is created. If the fields are blank, contact Ingenious Software or enter the default reason and action as they appear in this video. Orders are attached to the FP2 inspection reports, so you can create, track, and print them in the same way as standard inspection reports. To create a new order, locate the property record where the order is being issued, and then add a new inspection report. To simplify searching, I recommend that you add additional entries to the reason drop-down list corresponding to the different order types. In this example, I added the standard order types to the reason list already. To enter orders, select the Order tab. Each inspection record can have one order type or order clause attached to it. That means that if you have an inspection order and an order to close for the same property, you need to create two inspection records attached to that property. Likewise, if you have a Clause G and Clause A reasons for an inspection order, you need to create one inspection with a Clause G order and one inspection with a Clause A order. If you need to create multiple inspection records, remember to use the Duplicate Inspection button at the top of the record to make copies of the current inspection instead of creating them from scratch. Orders have a few common features which apply to all types. The first common feature is that all orders require at least one recipient. Recipients are identified in the Contacts tab. Any contact attached to an order can be designated as a recipient. For the purpose of orders, a contact must be identified as an owner or an occupant. If the contact has either the primary owner or primary occupant checkbox ticked, that will automatically designate them as an owner or occupant. If neither checkbox is selected, you'll have to use the property type drop-down list to identify whether a person is an owner or an occupant. Edit the drop-down list and use the occupant type or owner type checkboxes to designate the contact type for owners. Remember, a separate copy of the order will print for each recipient. Orders are printed from the print icon on the action bar at the top of the inspection record. They don't print through the standard print option, but instead have their own print option. This option will reflect the order type that is selected on the inspection. All orders print with a notice page. The notice page prints automatically after each order. We saw earlier where the information in the notice is populated. Most orders also have inspection reports, which are created automatically and print at the same time. The appendix or appendices can also be printed using the Inspection Order Appendix option from the Print menu action. Finally, orders do not use the follow-up feature, so the follow-up section in the Status tab will be hidden if order information is added to an inspection. Common practice is to duplicate an existing order and change the date and other information if a new order is issued with the same info. The most common order is the standard inspection order. The inspection order is added to the inspection records and uses the following fields. Occupancy is populated automatically by the occupancy code of the property record that the inspection is attached to. The field contents can be edited and is intended to contain, as per the OFM guidelines, the type of building or premises that best describes the use. The complete by is the date that the order must be completed by. entering a date in this field will automatically populate that date to the reinspection field in the Status tab. Remember that you can set a default interval for this date in the Custom Settings, Inspections, General tab. Entering an interval here, for example 30 days, would cause a complete by date, and therefore the reinspection date to be filled automatically based on the inspection date and selected interval. Of course, you can always change this if you need to. Township is populated automatically based on the property record that the inspection record is attached to. Issued by identifies how the inspection order was issued to the recipients. Clause determines which clause of FPPA Section 21, subsection 1 applies to this inspection order. Bear in mind that you can have multiple reasons for an order, but you can't issue an order under multiple clauses. If the order is issued under multiple clauses, attach all reasons relating to one clause to one order, create another inspection with the other clause and reasons attached. If you select Clause G, which indicates a fire code violation, then a reason action entry will be created for you automatically. All further information should then be entered on the Contraventions or Checklist section of the inspection record. For Clause G orders, the contents of the Contraventions tab, including both the contravention and the corrective action, will automatically be printed as Appendix A when the order is printed out. For orders relating to any other clause, you can create a reason and action records for each reason relating to the order. If you enter only one reason or action, the inspection order will print normally. If you create more than one reason, you will automatically receive two appendix reports when you print the inspection order. Appendix A, which contains all reasons, and Appendix B, which contains all actions. You can also use the List button to pre-build common reasons and actions, allowing you to quickly populate both of these fields. Populating this information can be very helpful, as it allows you to quickly build orders and to standardize the terminology used by everyone in the department. The order to close is very similar to the standard inspection order. The main difference here is that there is no action field available in the reasons section. You can enter multiple reasons, but no action is required for this type of report. You also do not require a clause or contraventions when creating an order to close. If you add contraventions to the order to close, they can be printed out as an inspection order appendix, but they don't necessarily print unprompted. So remember, you have to print them manually. This is the standard report that it creates, very similar to the OFM report. The immediate threat to life form is somewhat different from the inspection order and the order to close. There are three main sections to the immediate threat to life form. The reason section allows you to type any and all reasons for the immediate threat to life order. In the actions taken section, you can select multiple actions. Remember that clicking on one action in the list will display the full text of the action below the list. In the event that you select the last action item, you can enter additional actions manually in the additional info field on the lower right. The printed form appears very similar to the standard Ontario inspection immediate threat to life form. The electrical inspection order has a slightly different format than the standard orders, although some fields are similar. The occupancy and township fields work the same way as in the other orders. The hazard section allows you to enter each electrical hazard as it is identified, the hazard nature, the location of the hazard and additional comments, and for each hazard you can select as many hazard types as necessary. You can enter as many hazards as you need. The printed report is again very similar to the standard report generated by the Office of the Fire Marshal. Thank you for taking the time to watch the inspection order video tutorial. If you have any questions about inspection orders, please contact us or refer to the Office of the Fire Marshal of Ontario.